infrastructure depends largely on government funding, and unfortunately I see nothing but bad news ahead for that in terms of how much money will be available for construction. Federal government spending will at best be level and will probably decline in several categories, such as money for the General Services Administration, the Corps of Engineers, both the river and harbor projects and military projects, and money for water and wastewater treatment under the state revolving funds. All of those are likely to head down. We may see level funding for highways, transit, and aviation, and perhaps a small boost for rail, but certainly nothing like what the administration had been hoping for. State and local construction is actually a bigger piece of the total, and those aren't directly affected by what Congress is going to do or allow to have happen. But the news isn't good on the state and local side either. State tax revenues have been rising, but most of that money is going for Medicaid, other income security programs, or for pension and health care for retirees, state employment systems. At the local level, school districts and local governments depend heavily on property tax receipts, which have continued to fall as house prices drop.
So I think 2012 could be a quite soft year for infrastructure construction, unfortunately. Clearly, the event in 2012 that would most impact the trajectory of U.S. infrastructure investment are the 2012 elections, both congressional and presidential. What we need is a Congress and a president that is willing to work together and that recognizes the importance of investing in the nation's infrastructure, not just talking about it. But at the end of the day, what you want is a president and a Congress that understands the need to continue to invest in infrastructure and in fact vastly accelerate infrastructure investment while shrinking the national debt.
Nothing is succeeding in Congress. They can't get agreement for 60 votes needed to cut off debate in the Senate on almost anything. And if the Senate does pass something, I think a House version is likely to be quite different. And then it's got to be something that the President would sign, because there's no chance that I see of a House and Senate overriding a presidential veto.